Instagram. Gram. Hello and good happy Memorial Day to everybody that is out there. I am Camille Onish Ismail and welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to be here. Happy Memorial Day. How is everyone doing today? Today I will be doing a little thing a little bit different from what I usually do, more than just conversation with myself. I will be speaking with Miss Couture. She's a fashion designer. And so today we're going to have a little conversation together. We're going to talk about the entrepreneur industry and how COVID-19 has affected us as business owners and what we can do. Hey, Letesha, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Great to see you, girl. Just checking in. Gotta be checking in on each other.
Yeah.
How are you? How is the family?
Good. My daughter is around here somewhere trying to sneak and watch TV.
Awesome. So today I really wanted to talk to you about how COVID-19 has affected you as a small business owner and what steps have you taken to stay afloat, because everything is closed down. No one allowed to go outside. Well, now it's a little better, but how has it affected your business so far?
Okay, well, really, it has helped my business because before I wasn't really promoting my business because I had been dealing with some health issues. So I took it as a time to stop focusing on my health so much and, just leave it in God's hands and to really just promote my business. So I started with making masks.
Working on yourself. That is awesome. I really want to congratulate you on doing that. That's a big step. A lot of people, I know a lot of women right now are going through that sense of feeling alone, especially those that are not married, that sense of feeling like things are not going well for them. So they shut themselves away from the world. But I really want to congratulate you on taking the time to learn new skill sets in your business and polishing your tools. I really, really want to tell you, great job. Kudos on that. So my next question to you is, when did you decide to learn how to start sewing?
Okay, so I decided to start learning about 10 years ago. My aunt, she makes all of her own clothes, not professionally, but I just always was in love with her clothes. When she wasn't looking, I was actually wearing some of her clothes. So she was like, "Is that my clothes?" I'm like, "Yes," but it looked so good. It looked like she bought it from the store. So I started off going to school for interior design, and I was just like, it's not really a market out here for interior design.
Right.
Not unless you get on HGTV or something like that.
Right.
You won't be doing anything with that degree. So I decided to transition into fashion, and she really just inspired me. And it started as a hobby, and she taught me all the basics. And then from there, I just started teaching myself through watching YouTube and other little online outlets.
Oh, okay. So YouTube, you learn some DIYs. That's what they call it, right? Do it yourself, yeah, DIY. Yeah. All right. Shout outs to all those that's joining us. We have entrepreneur Letesha all the way from down south. She's sharing her experience in COVID-19 as a business owner and how it expanded her, because it didn't really affect her. It really expanded her and helped her to be a better version of herself. So, question to you: being that your aunt was a fashion designer and she sold her own clothes, what else have you learned from her in terms of business? Because that's the skill set. But what else have you learned from her that you can give out to us as business owners?
Well, she didn't do it as a business, but I did learn from her what not to do as far as putting myself out here. I learned that, when you try to give people discounts, they don't appreciate it as much as if you charge your worth. I also learned not to be scared to actually put myself out there, because she is such a talented person. She makes clothes, she makes jewelry, she designs furniture, but she's afraid to put herself out there. And I'm just like, I don't want to work for people for the rest of my life.
Right.
And we have this talent, but is afraid to use it because we feel like we might fall. But she's using her talent anyways, but she's, being not appreciative. Well, people are not appreciating her talent. They, trying to get stuff from her below the value of what it's worth. So I just learned how to value myself and my talent more from watching her.
That's a great attribute to learn, because a lot of times as small business owners or people, we don't learn how or know how to value the gift. So the way how you treat yourself or value yourself is the way how I will treat you as a person. But if you set your standards higher, then people will have to come up to your standards. So that's a great tool to put in your toolbox. And that is a good lesson to learn, especially as a business owner. I know for me as a business owner, it took me a while to learn that my value is important. My sister always said to me, I don't think you value yourself enough. And I'm like, okay, silence. Thank you. But over a process of time, you learn how to really, really value yourself to the point where you say, okay, I'm no longer going to settle for that, but I'm going to settle for this, because you grow as you learn, and as you meet other people, your levels change. So tell me, so far during this process of your learning, your growing, and your transitioning, what would you say to another entrepreneur that would like to get into sewing and marketing their business? What would you say to them to encourage them to go forward?
I would say get your mindset together first. And I think that's what any entrepreneur. At first, I didn't have my mindset together. So when, things weren't going my way, it made me depressed, feel like giving up.
Yeah.
Being in the fashion industry, you got to learn how to do everything by yourself at first. So you got to be your own accountant. You got to sew everything. You got to draw everything. So I wasn't, used to multitasking all those things at one time. So I had to learn how to put on different hats too, while also in school getting my business degree and homeschooling my daughter. So balance your mind frame. I think those two are the most important things to really focus on when starting a fashion company. and just a business, period.
So your two tools are balance and mindset.
Yeah.
When doing any business, I like the fact that you touched on those two, because I actually did a training before a couple years ago on that balance and mindset, because the mind is where you create everything, and the mind is where, you know, all your ideas are placed there, you know, everything, conversation, communication, all is done there before it manifests on paper. So for you, was that difficult to transition what was in your mind to paper as a designer?
Yes, it is, because I am self-taught, so I didn't go to school for this. So it's been harder for me learning how to do things that, you know, other people have gone to school and been taught how to do things. But also, just coming from a negative background, that also I had to work on, because you constantly have this feeling of, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, you know, all those negative thoughts. So I had to learn how to stop telling myself those negative things and just focus on the positive things. Like, there are people out there that believe in you. There are people that out there that support you. So, you know, focus on that. Stop focusing on what you can't do or where you're not at the moment.
Right. Because when you, um, wherever energy goes, that's where energy flows. So I like the fact that you say, you know, focus on that one area, and that one area is you getting your mind right. And so, what steps did you take to getting your mind right? Did you do affirmations every day? Did you pray? What did you do to get your mind to this present state that you're in now as an entrepreneur or as an individual?
I went harder in developing my relationship with God. And by doing that, it taught me how to build my confidence, how to stop talking negative to myself, just really how to put myself out there and to love myself and to be a better entrepreneur. Because it's just like everything that God is telling you on how to build a relationship with Him and to love Him, it's the same things you can use every day on loving yourself, building yourself in your business. So just by building my relationship with God, it's been helping me build my business relationship.
That's true, because Jesus had 12 disciples, but every 12 had their own calling. But he had a treasurer and he had a tax collector. You see what I'm saying? He had a teacher. He had John, that was the prophet that came. So in every area of our lives, it shows us also that as entrepreneurs, even Jesus himself had wealth creators around him. And he said that if you love him, you are a disciple of him. So the fact that you took the time to dive into getting to know him, it brings a better version. For me, it brought about a better version of myself. So I agree with you on that, that once you surrender your business plan, my sister and I was just talking about this like 10 minutes ago. When you put your plan before God, he then takes it and do what he promised us that he would do, which was the wealth of the wicked will no longer be laid up, but it will be released. You know, so I really appreciate that thought that you took the time to dive into his word. So while you were doing that, did you have an encounter with him that said, Letesha, you really need to change your mindset? Or is it just every single day, the more you do it, you started to reverse the negative thoughts?
Well, my relationship with God, it started with my health, because, you know, I have been dealing with some health issues for the past 2 years. And so, you know, the doctors wasn't giving me no answer, so I turned to God, and I was like, God, can you tell me what it is that is going on with me? So He revealed that to me, but I was surrounded by negative people. So in order for me to really hear Him, He had to isolate me, and so he had me move to a new land where I didn't know anybody. I didn't have no family.
Wow.
So that's where I am in this new land, trying to expand and build awareness of who I am to new people. And it's been difficult, exciting, and scary all at the same time.
Yes.
But being out here alone, that's what brought me even closer to Him. Because now it's like I have no
other way out.
Yeah, it's Him, or I'm gonna be in this ditch by myself in the new land. So it's like I gotta depend on Him, and that's what brings me closer.
Dependency is like your daughter, right? She depends on you solely for everything. So it's just, that's us. We depend on God for everything. We depend on Him to wake us up in the morning. We depend on Him to provide. We depend on Him to make a way. We depend on Him for everything. And when we depend on Him, He said, in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. I believe that God will direct your path. I believe that He will give you the answers that you need for your business so you can excel. And I applaud you for taking the step to change. A lot of times we ignore the problems that is in front of us and remove ourselves from that area that we need to work on. But what I realized with you was you didn't remove yourself from that area. You stayed there and said, I need to work on my mindset. I need to work on my balance. I need to work on my creativity. So while COVID-19 is happening, so much loss around the world, so many people are dying, allow me, so you agreed with yourself. You had that self-agreement where you agree and said, I agree today that I'm going to continuously work on myself by falling in love with God, developing my mind, being aware of my surroundings, and take time to grow my business. So congratulations, Letesha, on doing that. I salute you as a woman to another woman for taking the time to share with us on what it takes to develop a brand and develop a business. 2 more questions, and then I'm going to let you go. Moving away from the far land into this new area that you're now living, you said something that stood out to me. You said it's exciting, it's scary, it's everything all in one. How do you deal with all those feelings when it comes? Because I'm sure it comes and goes. How do you deal with all those feelings when it comes?
I'm not gonna lie. 90% of the time, I'll be running around here, panicking and just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But every time I start getting like that, I really, really, truthfully, I just turn on YouTube and listen to like somebody preaching, and it calms me down. And it's just so ironic that it's always something about what I'm thinking at the current time. So I'm just like, yes, God needed me to hear this to calm me down. Like, I got you. Like, I wouldn't tell you to come out here in this new land. I wouldn't tell you to start this business, even though I know you don't have the funds to start it. Like, I wouldn't tell you all these things and not have your back. And just, I was never used to that. I was never used to having somebody to have my back. I never had nobody that I feel like I could really count on, that I could trust. And so it has been difficult for me to blindly put my trust in God and just be like, okay, you take the wheel. I'm going to do whatever you tell me to do. You know, I'm not going to fight you, because for so long I fought him. I ran from my problems, and I depended on people instead of him, and it got me nowhere.
Right.
It's like I'm 30 years old. I've been working since I'm 16, and I have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Nothing. And so I was like, I need to do this. I need to make a change. I need to depend on him, because I need something different. I can't keep struggling and living like this. I want to be able to do more for my daughter. It's already hard taking care of her by myself. So I don't want to continue struggling to take care of her by myself.
Right.
So it's just...
So you find your assurance in listening to inspirational videos.
Yeah.
That's where you find your comfort.
At first, I felt like I had to sit there and focus, you know, on what they were saying in order to, you know, just listen to it. Mm-hmm. But then I heard somebody speaking one day, and it was like, you don't have to just be in student mode when hearing these things. You can have it playing while you're sewing. So that's what I started doing. When I do homework, when I'm sewing a garment, I just put something on and let it play and speak to my spirit. And it calms me down, helps me focus. And it's been helping with when my mind starts going crazy and the enemy is trying to attack me.
Okay, that's great, because whatever God has planted in you has to come out, because we want to die empty. So sometimes the process is very difficult. And during the process, we are learning, we're growing. So with all the transitions, we tend to get depressed or oppressed or feel suppressed, because now we're like at a standstill. But my belief is that in that moment is when God is really, really, really stirring up the gift, cultivating the gift, and preparing you for the next level. But it's so difficult to see the preparation, the cultivating, and the stirring when we're in the midst of it.
Yeah.
Right? And so sometimes I too have to remind myself that, Camille, you're not alone. God is right there with you, helping you through the journey. Because being a life coach is very, very difficult, because you're dealing with everyone on different levels. So you have to learn how to transition from here to there, you know. And in the midst of that, me too, I'm developing. So I applaud you once again for that, because a lot of us, we don't admit to ourselves where we fall short.
Yeah.
You know, we tend to say, oh, I can do it, but we know we can't do it. We don't have no strength to do it. Because if we did, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in, right? So for those that are watching us live, I see Ann. Hey, Ann. Short boss. I see my girlfriend from Jamaica. Hey, Marlene. My sister's on here too. So for all those that are joining us from around the world, I see one of my friends from Ghana. From around the world, thank you so much. This is Letesha. She's an entrepreneur, and she's a seamstress. So women that are looking to get fancy, beautiful clothing. Letesha, can you just post in the comment section where persons can find you to order their cute outfit? Because I will be ordering. Y'all know I love clothes. I love to post my pictures on Instagram. Y'all know it's the truth. Say it. So I would like you guys to support, if you can, And hey, Leslie. Okay, there you go. That is her website. So go on and shop. And for all those who know me knows that I have a club for women called the Entrepreneurs Prayer Breakfast Club. We're still moving by God's grace. Coming June 4th will be my new TV show on the Now Network, serving over 92 different countries. Thank you, around the world. So tune in live for that as we expand and grow. So if you're interested in learning more about what it is that we do at the EPBC, you can send me a message on Facebook, wherever. Send me a message right here, or just send me a text, or just go to my website, onishct.com. All right. So, Letesha, is there anything else that you want to share with us on this Memorial Day that you think would help the entrepreneurs around the world that's watching you today?
I would say if you really want to do this, put God first, because He's going to open doors that people have told you that, you wouldn't be able to open. Be willing and open to opening your mind and really working on yourself. A lot of times people say they want things, but they're not willing to work on their self in ways to
improve,
just be able to adapt to do different things. Like, God might be trying to take you to this highest level, but you're not willing to adapt to be able to, be seen in different. So then He can't take you there. So just be open your mind to change. It's going to be difficult. It is difficult because I'll be over here like, I gotta fix myself and try to remain calm, for my daughter, so she's not over here like, what's up with my mom? She having a mental breakdown or something like that. Like, no, I'm just trying to fix myself. It's just hard when somebody always watching you, and she is always watching me and picking up on my different emotions and stuff like that. So be willing and open to whatever God is telling you to do to improve, because that will take you far, far, far. And don't be afraid, because whatever you feel like you might not be good at, because there are times that I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for where you're trying to take me. I don't know if I'm good enough. Like, just do it anyways. And the crazy thing is, He'll send somebody to help me. I'm thinking that I'm going to have to do this by myself. And He sends somebody right at the right time to help me during that situation. And then I learn, and then I can go to the next level. So if He's telling you to keep moving forward, because He's going to always send somebody to help you at that time to get to the next destination. So with God, He'll help you through the whole thing. So y'all better get Him on your team.
I love it. Hi, Mama. She peeking her little head in. I am your girl, Camille Onish Ismail, with Onish Impacting the Masses. Thank you so much, Letesha, for joining me. And I'm looking forward to my fabulous piece that I will be ordering today, actually. And for those that don't know who Letesha is a seamstress, a fashion designer, and she can sew your pieces for you. So put in your order today. She has post their website again, Tish, so that you can order step-by-step transformation. Thank you for joining us. She's also a life coach. and she's been following me and I'm following her. So thank you so much for joining. So meet Letesha, go on her website, order your pieces, support each other during this time, because the greatest gift that you can give anyone is love. We don't just give love at Christmas. We give love right through the year. And we do support right through the year. Jesus did not do it once a year. He did it every single day of his life till the day he was crucified. And even now he's still doing it now that he's gone and his Holy Spirit is here with us. So you still want to do that support. So go Nikkiyug.com. So Nikkiyug.com. Okay. So go ahead and order, support. And if you're out there and you're listening to me, you're an entrepreneur and you have a product or service, you can reach out to me on Instagram right here. Or you can also send a message to epbbreakfast@gmail.com. And my sister will get back to you. She's the secretary of the company, and schedule you for an interview with me live here on Instagram or my Facebook page. If you want to be a sponsor on one of our TV broadcast program that's coming up, you can reach out to us for that as well. We're setting that up. Also, we have our prayer school that is coming up. So if you want to be a part of anything that we have going on online to grow your movement, grow your ministry, feel free to reach out to us. Oneash, ONEASHCT.com. Thank you so much, Nikki. And everyone have a happy Memorial Day. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.